Welcome to the Bluegrass State, Georgetown, Kentucky, Lexington SC Stadium, the site tonight for a Western Conference heavyweight showdown between the visitors Sacramento Republic and Lexington SC. Alongside former MLS midfielder Jamie Watson, I'm Josh Appel. Thanks so much for spending part of your Saturday night with us. And Jamie, after an exciting offseason, Lexington went at it last week against Louisville in the Commonwealth Cup. It got off to a roaring start for Lexington. One of their big new additions, Aaron Malloy, with a wonderful strike from distance, got Lexington on the board first.
One of the most complete players in the USL Championships over the past few seasons. And the big signing for Lexington gave them the dream start at home. But then you started to see the class of Louisville City. The new signing for Louisville City, Kali gets on the score sheet to level it, and then to win the Commonwealth Cup in the 85th minute, Aiden McFadden applies the finish. It's heartbreak for Lexington, but that should motivate this group all week in training to come out and correct what they didn't do, and that's put Louisville City away when they had the opportunity.
Another tough test tonight, but you look at the busy offseason for Lexington SC. They bring in the former Lou City star, Philip Goodrum. They bring in Aaron Malloy from Charleston Battery, two of the best players in this league.
Final third production. Malloy can urge you from distance. If you overcommit, Philip Goodrum could ride the line, and Malloy's good enough to slip him through in behind.
On the flip side for Sacramento, they're coming off of a clean sheet victory over FC Tulsa, the defending Western Conference champions. It was a record-setting night for Danny Vitiello, becoming the all-time record holder in league history for clean sheets with 59.
It's a big moment for Vitiello, who's been one of the constants for the Republic, but they were able to get on the score sheet through Kleeman in the 68th minute, and then the perennial super sub, Kyle Edwards, doing what he does best, scoring late on to seal all 3 points. That's a wonderful start to the season, and now they'll be really challenged in match day 2 against Lexington.
It was the 7th straight season a Sacramento player scored in his club debut on opening night. Edwards, one of the big additions in a busy offseason as well for Sacramento. They also go to Charleston Battery. They bring in Arturo Rodriguez, as well as the former member of Lexington SC, Forster Rajago.
Rajago will have all the internal motivation, but he's got Edwards and Rodriguez around him with Malongo to create a formidable front four. A lot of fluidity in that movement for Neil Collins' side.
These are two clubs that have their sights set to the top of the table in the Western Conference. Two contenders in USL Championship will go at it in moments on CBS Sports Golazo. We'll have lineups and we'll have kick coming up next.
Lexington, start your engines. It's match day. Genesis of Lexington is proud to partner with Lexington Sporting Club, delivering craftsmanship, performance, and premium experience on and off the field. From kickoff to final whistle, we're investing back in the community that fuels this club. Ready to make your next move? Step into class and experience luxury evolve at genesisoflexington.com. Genesis of Lexington. Drive the difference.
This isn't just a soccer match. It's a movement that brings the city together, brings it to its feet. The noise.
Wind up effort. Oh my goodness!
The energy.
It is Firmino!
90 minutes where nothing else matters.
How about a debut goal for Lexington?
It's the year of the horse. Our year.
Eps inside. Benson!
Be there when it happens.
This is where worry turns into relief. Where confusion turns into answers. This is where your family can turn to the experts for the big things and the little things. Extraordinary care is right here. UK Healthcare, the power of advanced medicine.
Lexington Sporting Club isn't just a team, it's your club. That's why you need the LSC credit and debit cards only from Commonwealth Credit Union. With your LSC card, you get exclusive discounts on tickets, merch, and get to celebrate your club with every swipe or tap. Show your Lexington Sporting Club pride and gear up with the ultimate fan accessory only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Welcome back to Lexington SC Stadium. The fans are ready for match week number 2. Hoping to see their side bounce back from a loss in week 1 against a strong Sacramento Republic side. Here is how Mackie Hemi's side will line up today. Goodrum up top, Semble in goal.
Firmino and Malloy will have the big task of combating Sacramento Republic's formidable 3 in the midfield. If they can do that, they've got Goodrum looking to play off the shoulder for any ball slipped in behind and into those wide areas for Epps.
And for Neil Collins and Sacramento in front of Danny Vitiello, it's the former Lexington SC member, Forster Jago, who gets the start.
The motivation is there for Jago, but he'll have to be able to control those emotions to make sure that he knows when to get in behind, holding that run, because Sacramento expects to dominate the midfield. Jago will then be the benefactor of that midfield strength.
Just about ready to get going from Lexington SC Stadium. Josh Appel, former MLS midfielder Jamie Watson with you. Tough start to the season for both of these sides. Sacramento with a clean sheet 2-0 win at home against defending Western Conference champion FC Tulsa last week. Lexington, a tough, nail-biting 2-1 defeat in this building a week ago to their rivals, Louisville City. They're ready for this one. Both coaches talked about the challenge that each team provides the other. And both teams, Sacramento Republic, last year they finished second in the West, retooled their roster. After a brief delay, we're underway here from Lexington SC Stadium. Neil Collins and Sacramento Republic, Mac Hemi and Lexington SC. Josh Appel, Jamie Watson with you. Lexington in white, Sacramento in their dark road kits. Matt Thompson, our referee tonight. Two teams, Jamie, that are poised to be contenders in a packed Western Conference.
When you look at Lexington, they were one of the most ambitious teams the USL Championship has seen in quite some time in the offseason, with some of the big name players that they bring in. Malloy and Goodrum, two very important pieces to the puzzle. Now it's about the production. You've got the resources and the backing from the club to go and get players, give them the good salaries that they need to be able to retain their services. That has to translate into wins. Create some pressure. Getting that first win of the season will alleviate a lot of that pressure. Big task tonight doing that against Sacramento, who has been one of the most consistent teams in the Western Conference, and it only got stronger in the offseason with their midfield trio of former MLS players.
This is Freddie Kleeman, who scored last week. Vitiello, the all-time leader in USL Championship in clean sheets with 59. 2-0 shutout last week. Look back at Lexington's first season in USL Championship last year. Up and down. They couldn't really find much in the attack. They finished near the bottom of the league in goals scored, and yet they finished just 1 point behind Colorado Springs Switchbacks for that final playoff spot in the Western Conference. You look at how that season ended. Winless in their last 5, 0-4-1. But the big one they look back at, against this Sacramento team, they led 2-0 in the 85th minute, and Sacramento came back to tie it in the last 5, plus the stoppage time as Goodrum rockets one over the bar. Early opportunity for the former Lou City striker.
The motivation is there for Lexington. And this is a bright start Goodrum finding a good little pocket of space, lovely weight on the ball, passed into the path of Goodrum, and now that's an opportunity I'd like to see Philip Goodrum get on target, player his quality more than capable to. Good little dynamic movement, though, to be able to try to find that pocket of space, and a good warning sign early from the host.
Goodrum top 5 in goals scored in USL Championship, going back to 2020. Scored 13 last year for Louisville across all competitions. That was 7th in USL Championship play. Given away. Goodrum fouled.
I'd like to see Matt Thompson, a referee, let that continue to play on. There was definitely a foul in there, but Goodrum was able to turn the corner.
Sacramento Republic has remade basically their entire group, aside from their back line. Many of the same faces you're familiar with. Michel Benitez, Lee Desmond, Freddie Kleeman, Ryan Spalding. They're expecting Jared Timmer to work back into the fold for Neil Collins. Still waiting on Jack Gurr to be fully 100% until he is rolled back out there for Neil Collins. Big part of what Sacramento Republic does so well. But up top, Mayo Malongo, Toro Rodriguez, Forster Rajago. We talked about Kyle Edwards in the open. Their midfield, Memo Rodriguez, Danny Crisostomo, Mark Anthony Kay, Pep Casas added to the fold as well. There's a ton of new faces on this Sacramento side. And they came out with one of the more impressive wins on opening weekend over FC Tulsa.
On paper, this Sacramento Republic side looks to be as complete of a team as they could hope for. Ooh, that's a bad mistake. Oh, little.
That was Kendall Burks who headed that towards his keeper, Oliver Semle, who had to scurry back.
We'll get back to the Republic in a moment, but that's a lesson for any young center back watching. When you're playing it back to your goalkeeper, you always play it wide of the post. For that very moment, Semle was coming out wide. Burks puts that header back between the posts. If Semle slips, if he's not able to get to that, well, that's a simple tap in and devastation to start on the road, or at home, excuse me. But let's go back to that Sacramento Republic side. They have one of the most solid midfield trios with experience in Major League Soccer. Containing that possession allows the outside backs to get forward in this group. Spalding, another former MLS player with the Revolution, he likes to get forward as well. And then the dynamic front three for the Republic. This is something that Sacramento Republic fans should be very excited about this season.
Jago had that go off of Burks, who was watching him closely. Sacramento throw. Masaki Hemi. A lot of the names that folks have become familiar with for Sacramento no longer on the squad, although Roro Lopez now part of the coaching staff for Neil Collins. Also working a lot in player development for Sacramento Republic as well.
Got a chance to play with Roro and Orlando for a season, and consummate professional. Was able to stand the test of time and continue on a long, decorated career that lasted nearly 2 decades. Now giving back to the game that gave him so much, being able to impart his wisdom on some of the academy players as well as the first team players, sort of a hybrid role. That's because Rodrigo Lopez is the kind of person that can sit in a room with anybody, any walk of life, and be able to connect with them and find a way to get the best out of them. He was like that as a teammate, and most certainly will be that way as a coach.
Great to see him sticking around the game and the club that he played so many games for, scored and contributed so much to.
Yeah, think about any big moment, and somehow Rodrigo Lopez in that number 8 jersey on the back of his shoulders was always able to take those moments and handle them and be a part of it. Think of also a little changing of the guard now as Neil Collins starts to navigate this. Todd Dunavant no longer with the club. He's gone on to New York City Football Club and City Football Group. But the club goes from strength to strength. They bring in Tim Holt as well. to be the president of Sacramento Republic, somebody that's been a part of USL Championship from the early days, before it was cool to like USL Championship. He was a part of it and worked some magics, and he was actually the commissioner when the Sacramento Republic were first granted their expansion team into USL Championship. So and full circle moment.
And of course, a new stadium on the way for Sacramento Republic as well.
And we'll be getting vertical with the stadium very soon. So Sacramento Republic just find a way each and every year to be in the headlines, both for their play and what they're trying to achieve off the field. It's a remarkable club, and one that continues to be impressive in this league.
Matt Thompson's been busy in the first 9 minutes. Arturo Rodriguez went down.
Rodriguez getting into a good spot. This little slip ball through, and just a little something left in there. Didn't seem to be too much in the challenge. Just a slight bit of contact from Ferry. This match is going to have those moments, and the center of the park is so important for both sides. So that physicality and just sort of setting the tone and the physical presence is something you want to do early on.
Talk about all the change for Sac Republic and Forster Ajago going from Lexington to Sacramento. Well, Luis Felipe went from Sacramento to Lexington, but unfortunately, Felipe is still working his way back from injury. Someone who appeared in almost 170 matches in his Sacramento Republic career. For Lexington, you think of all the anticipation, all the offseason build up to this season, and you start with an Eastern Conference favorite, your rival in week 1. Week 2, a Western Conference favorite. At least they're both at home, but two very difficult tests for a team that's trying to gel. It's all the way through, and Sac Republic can reset. It was a quiet first half last week for Sac Republic against Tulsa. Moved their undefeated streak to 11 in season openers. Neil Collins unbeaten as a head coach in season opening games. And, you know, for Sacramento, it was a nice monkey off the back after last year. They fell in both matches to FC Tulsa. And I had said to Neil Collins, I go, they were a thorn in your side last year. He goes, well, they were a thorn in pretty much everybody's side last year.
As in everybody that played in the USL Championship, FC Tulsa ultimately the champions of the league. But yeah, coaches don't forget.
Nope. Neil certainly doesn't. The kind of a feel-out process early on. You know, Lexington had that one opportunity from Goodrum that he sailed high. Kendall Burks had the ball back towards Semle that was nearly a miscue. Other than that, not much action in front of either goal in the first 10+ minutes.
Feeling out's the exact word. It's just possession right now, but it's not really in any position that's going to bother Lexington on these wide areas and back. That's no problem. It's these ones that start to penetrate, and the secondary pieces and the second balls that fall from it can be the ones that really start to dictate who's in the ascension of momentum in this match.
Ajago running around up top for Sacramento, and Lexington able to deal with that pressure. And then they give it away. Epps won it back. Sacramento wanted a whistle, didn't get it. And now here comes Lexington. Played it forward for Goodrum, just out of his reach, and it rolls to Vidiella, who scoops it up. It's time for our Toyota keys to the match. Jamie Watson.
For Lexington on the home side, a little bit more of the Malloy magic, and that's the ability to get on the ball, spray it from side to side, shoot from distance when the game calls for it. For Sacramento, they have one of the most enticing trios of the midfield position in USL Championship. So can you get Mark-Anthony Kaye on the ball? Can they stifle Aaron Malloy? This matchup will be akin to a pitcher's duel in baseball, and it's all right in the middle of the park. And who can control that? gives themselves the best chance to win this match.
One of those midfielders you were talking about, Mark Anthony Kaye, gives it away. Jacob Green. Towards Epps. Epps tried to get around Crisostomo. Malongo. Ajago trying to chase it down. The header from Ordonez. And now it's Memo Rodriguez into the corner. Green watches him. Malongo. Malloy right on top. Benitez. Tried a one-touch pass. Did Rodriguez. And now Lexington takes away possession.
Arturo Rodriguez just illustrated where he was going to go with it, the way he got to the position and opened up his hips. There's a bit more disguise, a bit more savviness when trying to slip the ball through. When we talk more about the Sacramento Republic midfield, I'm very interested to see how Mark Anthony Kaye is able to respond to the adversity that comes from a player that was once a part of LAFC, setting the standards in Major League Soccer. Then the big trade, that sees him go to Colorado, then Toronto, New England, San Jose. He has bounced around, and as a player that has played in Major League Soccer and then makes the way to USL Championship, can you have the right mentality to be able to adapt and be a leader? And this is an important start to the season for Mark Anthony Kaye to get on the ball, dictate and buy into what the team wants to do. And that ultimately can see him making his way back to higher levels eventually. But Mark Anthony Kaye needs to solidify the opinion of managers in this league and other leagues around the world and domestically that he can do it again at a high level like he used to, but then struggled with over the course of the past few seasons.
Yeah, he's back in USL Championship for the first time since 2017. And he was with Lou City. Won the title with him that season is Goodrum. Tries to go wide on Desmond, and Desmond with an excellent job of defending, but it will be a corner for Lexington.
Today's corner kicks are presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Lexington SC corner kicks are presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Lexington a bit fortunate to win this corner. Goodrum won the race to the end line. When he played it across, it deflected off the defender and actually hit off of Goodrum before it went out. You instantly saw 4 Sacramento players react when the corner was given.
Wayne Ferry to take the corner in just a moment. Matt Thompson wants to talk things over.
Keep an eye on the big center back, Arturo Ordonez, number 4, one with the white headband on. He's the one that was one of the targets on these set pieces.
Another former Lou City player in this match as Ferry delivers in. That shot was blocked. Bicycle kick attempt. Never got all the way through, and Sacramento survives that. Rodriguez went down. He's apoplectic, looking for a whistle. Doesn't get it.
Can't spell that word, but I agree with you. Should have been a foul.
Ferry puts on the brakes, back to his left. The cross, the header. Pops up for Vitiello, who grabs it.
Good delivery from the set piece. And this bounce around. Watch number 4, Ordonez got lost in the mix there, and that is an important block. Both cleared off the line first and foremost by Benitez, and there was a second one. There's the pull. It was a slight tug. I'm slightly less apoplectic. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, it is. Try it. Try spelling.
Apoplectic.
You want me to use it in a sentence for you? Another one?
I was apoplectic that didn't happen.
Well, that's not how you say it.
So I'll let facts get in the way of a good story here.
So Sacramento survives the first flurry of chances by Lexington in this first half. And now they reset things from the back.
I survived a flurry of that sentence.
Here comes Sacramento on the move. Mark Anthony Kaye. Ryan Spalding. Taken away from the ball. Firmino in the area, and he earns the foul. It's a good hair day for Matt Thompson, by the way.
You and him both go to the same barber?
We do, but that's why I can say that. And it'd be in poor taste if you did.
Give me a couple years.
Nah, don't say that about yourself.
This match needs an opportunity. We need some liveliness from either Forster Jago for Sacramento or Philip Goodrum getting in behind. Right now, both teams are going back and forth with the possession in the midfield, and look, that's going to happen when you have two very good teams that don't make mistakes and don't give you opportunities. But this is going to be a war of attrition with tactically shifting together as a group forward, and Sacramento is doing a good job now of being able to force Lexington to play a bit faster than they want to.
Throw-in coming here. Again, this was a similar start to last week for Neil Collins in Sacramento. They scored their 2 goals in the second half. Neil Collins, one of the best to ever do it. Top 5 in wins in USL Championship history. He became the youngest coach ever and the 4th overall to reach 100 victories. After a brief stop in EFL League One for Barnsley. Back in USL Championship. Spent some time with Wraith Rovers as well. Ferry. Plays it forward for Adetakun. On Spalding, Adetakun takes it low, puts it out in front for Epps, who waited on it, and then Mark Anthony Kay came over to clean it up.
What an important touch that is from Mark Anthony Kay. Adetakun does a really good job baiting Spalding and slowing him down and just waiting for the moment when he can drop the shoulder. Now watch this touch from Mark Anthony Kay. If he doesn't get there, that is just a simple side foot finish from Marcus Epps in that position. That's got Vitiel at his mercy. But Mark Anthony Kay doesn't know where Epps is, but he knows he needs to change the angle of the clearance to just push it beyond Epps. That is an astute play from Mark Anthony Kay defensively.
Mark Anthony Kay draws a foul on Firmino. Mac Hemi in his first season, not pleased. Earlier we were talking about the end of the season for Lexington. They gave up 2 or more goals in each of those games, outscored 10-3, and after that 2-2 draw with Sacramento, in which they gave up that 2-0 lead late, they went on the road to Oakland, who had already been eliminated, and fell 3-0. And Switchbacks ended up earning that final playoff spot in the Western Conference. And so not only did they add to the attack and to the midfield with Malloy and Goodrum, among others, but adding Arturo Ordonez, who's a 2-time USL All-League first-team player, former Defender of the Year. Just trying to find some stability defensively as well. A team that gave up 42 goals last year. Sacramento Republic, quite the opposite of that. I mean, they're adding to their attack, and a team that is as good defensively as pretty much anybody in this league. Top 5 in clean sheets and 2nd fewest goals allowed last year.
27 goals against, only 2nd best to Louisville with 19. You look at the Sacramento side, but they've got to be more dynamic when they get into the final third, and they need to be more dynamic in this matchup. Still sitting as we get about to the halfway point of the first half. Sacramento still at 0.00 expected goal total. Only to be outdone by Lexington of 0.06. Need more action in either final third right now.
Desmond. Might have been a little off target on that cross.
Was not what he meant to do. For Sacramento, well done to be able to keep possession, though. And they go again.
Chrysostamo. Adetakun battling with Memo Rodriguez. And Memo commits the foul. And I asked Neil Collins about all the newcomers. 11 newcomers, 3 more if you include the academy players on the roster. How does he feel like they've gelled? Obviously a 2-0 win against a team the quality of FC Tulsa in week 1's a good start. Neil said, you know, they're excited about the group. They're getting on as a collective. Still in the early days of them finding a way to gel, still trying to find their feet. They've got quality in the middle of the pitch. Just trying to see how they utilize that. And you know, when they get Jared Timmerback and to an even greater extent, Jack Gurr, certainly will affect in a positive way their attack moving forward.
Oh, without a doubt. And this group is still coming together with a lot of new faces, and that's one thing that as a manager you have to have patience with and understanding in the attack. Those movements to be able to break down. The hardest thing to do in soccer is score goals. And so having a lack of familiarity with your group in the final third can really let you down in those crucial moments. But there's a lot of quality in this group. And there's a manager that believes in the group. So there is a reason for optimism. One hope for Sacramento tonight as they look at their opponent, who is still coming together with a lot of new faces themselves. Neil Collins told us he wants to try to take advantage of the group's newness, if you will. Lexington still trying to find their identity with some really key pieces to the puzzle added in the offseason, but that group is still figuring out exactly who they are and in crucial moments of the match and when they're stressed and in adversity. Sacramento will look to take advantage of that.
Good ball over the top. Malloy, he scored early in his Lexington debut last week. Record intra-league transfer fee coming over from Charleston Battery. Two teammates going at it. Former teammates, I should say, Malloy and Arturo Rodriguez. Great crowd here at Lexington SC Stadium. Local excitement for what this club put together for 2026. Adedekun, Mac Herman Trophy Award winner at Ohio State, plays into the area. He had Green and Goodrum in the vicinity. It's cleared out by Sacramento. Ferry for Malloy. Now Epps. Benitez chasing him. Benitez as durable as they come. Adedekun taking on Spalding. And that just kind of fizzled out. Out for a throw to Lexington. Hafferty, poor giveaway, earned it back. And the whistle blows. Lexington fans, visit lexsporting.com to get your latest Lexington SC news, merchandise, and discounted ticket offers. That's lexsporting.com.
Spalding losing his shoe there. That was a telltale sign there might have been a foul in there. This match right now is a match that you have to really appreciate the back and forth nature of good tactical soccer. And so this tells me there's going to be a moment where a team makes a mistake. And it won't be often, but when it does, you have to punish your opponent. It doesn't seem as though the opponent is going to give you very many opportunities with a breakdown or a simple mistake where somebody turns off mentally. So when that happens, quality is going to have to be at the highest.
Who does a match that seems to be going this way, low event, who does that favor?
The visitor. Every time. Sacramento wants every person in attendance here at Lexington SC Stadium to be sitting down right now and to be just enjoying their concession stands and the great weather right now, and instead of on their feet cheering and going crazy and making this a difficult place to play. Of the two managers, I'm not exactly sure either one of them will be thrilled, but the pressure really is on Lexington, especially after last week losing in the home opener. it's on them to go and get full 3 points here today. And the longer this goes at 0-0, the better that is for the visitors.
Epps nearly gave it away, but they get Crisostomo for a foul, much to the chagrin of Memo Rodriguez. Quick restart for Lexington. Comes wide for Adedekun. Quick play into the area, and this will be a corner for Lexington. It went off of Desmond last. Corner kick presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Love the Trivela from Adedekun to be able to catch his in stride with the outside of the right, so it's deceptive to the defender. And he's going to be playing the ball into the box so quickly. By the time you realize it, it's very difficult for Spalding to try to block it.
Malloy to take the in-swinging corner at the half-hour mark. Towards the near post, headed away by Ajago. Comes down to Green. Firmino into the mixer, cleared away at the moment. Adedekun overran it. Rodriguez battling for it. It's Malloy. Pops it back towards goal, and Vitiello there in front of Goodrum to snare it.
All dealt with by Sacramento. A few heart and mouth moments for Neil Collins and the Republic faithful, but job well done to be able to see that through. Lexington getting a bit more life into this, and I'll force a turnover.
Right to Blaine Ferry. Malloy chasing it down with his former teammate Rodriguez. And it's a throw-in for Sacramento. Built on performance, precision, and elevated customer experience, Genesis of Lexington believes in reinvesting right here at home in the fans, the families, and the future of Kentucky. Whether you're headed to the next match or your next road trip, step into class and experience luxury performance at genesisoflexington.com. Genesis of Lexington, part of Don Franklin Auto Group and proud partner of LSC. Josh Appel, Jamie Watson with you from Lexington SC Stadium. Two teams that figure to be right in the thick of things for the top spot in the Western Conference this year. Jamie, are you seeing anything here as Benitez draws a whistle? Green can't believe it. Masaki Hemi on the Lexington sideline can't believe it. Aaron Malloy, the captain, voicing his displeasure as well. Lee Desmond and Aaron Malloy mixing it up together too.
Malloy is trying to do everything he can to try to remove any doubt of a potential booking. It's a hard challenge. If Matt Thompson is okay with giving a foul there, that's fine. I'm okay with it. There's a little bit of the stud shown, but it's a hard challenge. I don't want to see any more action here. I'd like this to be, if it's just a foul, it can be given either way. I don't think there was a reckless nature to the foul. I'm okay with this talking to. If Matt Thompson is going to give the foul, to just say, I've given you the benefit of the doubt, leave it there. Sacramento public players certainly coming over and trying to say there was a bit of a dangerous element to it, a reckless nature to try to talk a referee into giving a booking. If that man in the yellow sees it as a foul, I'm fine with it being a foul and not a booking.
Benitez and Rodriguez stand over. It's Rodriguez who puts it in play. He gets it right back and whips it into the area. Header popped up. Still alive. Lexington finally away. Trying to spring Adedekun, but the pass off the mark.
Right idea, wrong execution. Knowing that window is closing, the pass is trying to be curled into space. Doesn't quite get his foot around it to keep it into the path of Adedekun, but the right idea, though, on the breakout and transitional moments. Oh, good ball to split some lines.
Are you seeing anything that either side can exploit after a half an hour here?
Not yet. No, until ball movement then becomes the way that you can do it. Quickly moving it. Here's like 3 and 4 touches from Spalding, and not fast enough. Can you go 1 and 2 touches? everything a little bit quicker, is able to keep the other team from getting into a set position. But as you're taking more touches like this, that's why there's no passing lanes that are opening up, because with each touch, the lanes close and eventually evaporate.
Still no shots on target for either side in this match. Now you look at touches in the opposition box, 6-0 in favor of Lexington.
And how many of those 6 were on that set piece where the ball was bouncing around?
Felt like the majority. And a card coming. First booking of the night. It'll be on Benitez.
Yellow card has been issued by the referee to Sacramento Republic FC. Number 22, Michel
This ball gets given away, and
35th minute.
Benitez gives the slightest tug, and it's just really smart on the Lexington attacker, Philip Goodrum, to just understand as soon as he felt the pressure, he throws himself to the ground and wins the yellow card.
The yellow card for Benitez, brought to you by Hicks and Funsfin.
Benitez also doesn't need to make that foul. Goodrum was going away. I'd like to see Benitez try to get another step or two to see if he can get into that position to make a proper challenge on Goodrum, unless Benitez just realized he's never going to win that race.
Vitiello just got that away. Ajago keeps it alive. Had Malongo on the near side. Never saw him. Now Malongo gets it. Settles it down. Benitez overlapping behind. Malongo into the mixer. Headed away by Lexington. And then Mark Anthony Kaye ran right through Nick Firmino.
This is so smart from Firmino, because when this bounces, Firmino loses the position battle. He's there first, but when this bounces, Firmino, watch how he's in trouble. But when he realizes I hit the brakes and Kaye has to run through him, he gives himself a chance to win the foul. He wasn't going to be able to win the bouncing ball with Mark Anthony Kaye otherwise.
See possession about even. Sacramento with more final third entries, but just they have not done anything with it. And credit some of that as well to what Lexington's doing defensively.
Lexington's done well enough to keep Sacramento from being able to register anything in the way of expected goals. 0.0. I hit refresh, I promise, I wasn't sure. Opta's letting me know nothing in the attacking third for Sacramento through the first 37 minutes of this match.
And Opta has never let any of us down. Goodrum and Epps not on the same page. Is that to you just a product of those two guys still trying to figure out how to play with each other?
Yeah, I believe so. That's an accurate assessment in that moment. Epps started to pull away. Goodrum felt Epps, you're fast enough to be able to put it into the corner. Let's go with speed. They'll get into that moment time and time again in the first part of the season, and then you just have to figure out how to be able to read your strike partner and understand strengths and tendencies.
Obviously, Goodrum, one of the best goal scorers in this league, but how about Lou City scoring twice away from home last week against this Lexington side, and then putting up 4 today against Miami.
3 different players with a goal and an assist in that match. Serrano, Donovan, Wilson, Danny Cruz. How's that group firing on all cylinders, as those Lexington SC faithful saw last week in match day 1.
Good ball for Green. He beat Benitez. Green across, and Vitiello gets in front of that.
Perfect weight on this pass from Aaron Malloy, but here's the difference. Watch this first touch. It goes in front and ultimately away from goal. So now Green is chasing it, and when he goes to cross it, he's having to just lash across the face of it. If he's able to take that just where it rolls in front of him towards goal, a bit inside across the face of the defender, now Green is in a position to be under control of his body positioning and ultimately the final ball.
I have a feeling, not that it wasn't going to happen one way or the other, but you got to wonder at what point Neil Collins decides, hey, we're not getting anything going in the attacking third. Kyle Edwards, where are you at?
The super sub.
Flag up here for offside. Edwards scored last week in his debut. Led Hartford in goals last season with 12, which was a single season club record. But also a league record, 8 came as a substitute. And when he enters this match at a certain point, we will certainly dive into that a little more as Spalding takes over possession for Sacramento. Firmino.
They need to attack the space where Spalding left, right there.
Adedekun. Kleeman catches up with him. Goodrum. And that's a goal kick. Goodrum said that was off Sacramento. But remember earlier, he got the benefit of a deflection that went off of him out for a corner. So now it evens out, I suppose, even though Lexington doesn't see it that way.
Great callback. And generally evens itself out, and that's the one I believe that evens it out there.
Jamie, you like local beer?
You know it. You got a good one for me?
Cheers to local beer. West 6 Brewing is proud to be the official craft beer partner of Lexington Sporting Club, as Malloy has a go. Vitiello knocks it down. Let's go with that again. Hey, Jamie, you like local beer?
I love it. You got one for me?
Cheers to local beer. West 6 Brewing is proud to be the official craft beer of Lexington Sporting Club. Find their locally crafted beers all around the state of Kentucky, from the flagship West 6 IPA to Cerveza, Mexican Lager. There's something for everyone. Head to west6.com to visit one of their dynamic tap rooms and learn more about Stadium Ale, the official craft beer of Lexington SC.
That felt a little bit like a BOGO of a read there. You got to 2 for the price of 1.
Listen, West 6 Brewing. You're welcome.
It's a trio. Is it a flight now?
You want to do it again? Throw in for Sacramento.
Hey, Josh, you like local beer?
I do, in fact. Cheers to local beer. Whistle comes and a long free kick on the way for Sacramento Republic. In this low event first half in Lexington. Memo Rodriguez puts it in play. Crisostomo wide for Spalding. He had an assist last week on Kleeman's goal, and he fires it towards the back post, looking for that same combo, but it's off the mark and out for a goal kick.
It's like you looked into the Magic 8-ball and saw the future there. That's exactly what Sacramento were trying to do.
Does the Magic 8-ball tell the future?
I haven't played with that in 30 years, I think. I will say, Sacramento are showing they don't really have a desire to put the initial ball in. They want to try to change the angle and then look for the service, but ultimately that's looking towards Kleeman. Lexington, though, have shown they have a real advantage mentally going into these set pieces where Sacramento are not really trying to just put it into the mix and see what happens. And I tell you what, if I did have one of those Magic 8-balls, I'm not asking about Sacramento set pieces. I'm asking for the 6 numbers to the Powerball.
Share them with me.
We'll go halvesies on it.
Deal. Packed house here in Lexington. This highly anticipated season. The Super League side having a great year. The championship side hoping to have a dream season as well in their second season at the USL Championship level. Wonderful facility here. Talk to players in both leagues. They'll tell you this is one of the best surfaces to play on. Spalding, who played for Neil Collins for a bit in Tampa, on the throw. And a foul here and a free kick coming. Rodriguez wants a booking. He won't win that argument. Matt Thompson's been a busy guy in this first half.
You're right. That's Rodriguez trying to point to the other side where Benitez was given that booking for stopping a promising attack. This is not the same, and it is not worthy of a booking either. Absolutely the right call with a foul. So you get two options here. Memo Rodriguez with the right foot or Michel Benitez with the left foot. I want to see somebody get across the face of the goalkeeper, and can you really cause some confusion in there? Everybody crashing on top of the 6-yard box and putting it in with pace, maybe even getting it to bounce right at the 6.
It's Benitez and it's Memo Rodriguez who stand over it. Ball comes in towards goal, and then it's deflected away. Crisostomo on it. Tried to split two. That didn't go so well for him. Goodrum. He gets tripped up. No card coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official is
We'll have 1 minute of stoppage in the first half.
1 minute of added time in the first half.
Good ball.
Epps settles it down. Epps against Benitez towards the goal line, back to his left. It deflects. Epps settles it back down. Malongo's got to be careful. Had those arms wrapped around the waist of Epps, but it's a harmless play. Goes over the goal line and out for a goal kick. The all-time leader in clean sheets in USL Championship, Danny Vitiello. Almost 40% of his starts in his career have been clean sheets. That's
staggering.
So absurd. And sounds like we just got the whistle for halftime. All right. So an uneventful way to end the first half, which itself was a bit uneventful here in Lexington, Jamie.
That sums it up right there. Expected goal total of 0.0 for Sacramento, 0.44 for Lexington. Next to no creativity in the final third. Both managers will be saying you need something from one of the attacking players to liven this matchup. Somebody have some creativity, take some risk. This game is being played in the middle of the park. It'll be separated by one mistake. Which team in the second half can force that mistake of their opponents?
We'll see how they both adjust in this battle of heavyweights in the Western Conference. New look Lexington, new look Sacramento, 0-0 at the half in Lexington.
This is where worry turns into relief. Where confusion turns into answers. This is where your family can turn to the experts for the big things and the little things. Extraordinary care is right here. UK Healthcare, the power of advanced medicine.
Lexington Sporting Club isn't just a team, it's your club. That's why you need the LSC credit and debit cards only from Commonwealth Credit Union. With your LSC card, you get exclusive discounts on tickets, merch, and get to celebrate your club with every swipe or tap. Show your Lexington Sporting Club pride and gear up with the ultimate fan accessory, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Lexington, start your engines. It's match day. Genesis of Lexington is proud to partner with Lexington Sporting Club, delivering craftsmanship, performance, and premium experience on and off the field. From kickoff to final whistle, we're investing back in the community that fuels this club. Ready to make your next move? Step into class and experience luxury evolve at genesisoflexington.com. Genesis of Lexington. Drive the difference.
This isn't just a soccer match. It's a movement that brings the city together, brings it to its feet. The noise,
Wind up effort. Oh my goodness!
the energy.
It is Firmino.
90 minutes where nothing else matters.
How about a debut goal for Lexington?
It's the year of the horse. Our year.
Eps inside. Benson.
Be there when it happens.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Embassy Suites. 0-0 at the half, Lexington and Sacramento Republic. 7 expansion sides, 5 in USL League One, 2 in USL Championship. Exciting times ahead in USL. Here's more on the teams getting their records underway in 2026.
As we embark on another long journey to USL titles in the Championship and League One, contenders are now joined by even more contenders. 2026 opens the door to 7 new clubs, 2 in the Championship, 5 in League One. Sporting Jacks and Brooklyn FC joined the Eastern Conference in the Championship, increasing the league total to 25 clubs. And another record for League One, with AC Boise, Corpus Christi FC, Fort Wayne FC, New York Cosmos, and Sarasota Paradise matching the expansion record of 5 teams just last year. It makes an interesting challenge for all League One teams with playoff expectations, beginning with defending champion Knoxville. And head coach Ian Fuller loves the challenge.
What is different this year about preparations for expansion clubs, which means more travel, more talent coming into the league?
Yeah, you have to be ready for anything in this league. Yeah. Almost every league in North America is like this. You're going to have expansion teams, a lot of different players. We've got a lot of new players, and we're going to face a lot of new players in the league and some new clubs and some new venues. It's kind of just the trickiness of this league.
Do teams coming in just because they're new doesn't mean they're at a disadvantage against, well-oiled teams like yours?
No, certainly you've got coaches that have coached in the league and done really, really well come in and with expansion teams. So, you've got a lot of players that have played in the league and played in higher leagues. You're going to have some really difficult opponents, even though they are expansion teams.
Last season, FC Naples finished 4th in the League One standings, one of 2 expansion teams to make the postseason. A tough task for new clubs this year as League One grows to 17 clubs.
Oh, what a strike!
This week on USL All Access, Lexington and Louisville give us a Commonwealth Cup to remember on opening day. Plus, Ryan Martin, the head coach of Oakland Roots, joins the show.
How a relationship from his childhood and his father's best friend led to his first ever coaching job and helped lay the foundation for some of the better growth we've seen at the youth level in this country.
Every Tuesday, USL All Access on SiriusXM FC and the next day on the USL YouTube page.
Match day 1, it's the season opener of the USL Championship.
No time like the present for these teams to make a statement and begin the campaign on the right foot.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
This isn't just a soccer match. It's a movement that brings the city together, brings it to its feet. The noise,
Wind up effort. Oh my goodness!
the energy.
It is Firmino.
90 minutes where nothing else matters.
How about a debut goal for Lexington?
It's the year of the horse. Our year.
Eps inside. Benson.
Be there when it happens.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines for this week. On opening night, Louisville City rallied to defeat I-64 rival Lexington SC 2-1, extending its winning streak in season opening matches to 7. A streak that began in 2020 continues. A pair of first-year clubs collected victories in their inaugural matches. JC Obregon converted a penalty kick to lead Brooklyn FC to a 1-0 victory over Indy 11. And in League One, AC Boise went on the road to defeat Sarasota Paradise 1-0 in the inaugural match for both clubs. Let's dive into a milestone for Sacramento Republic goalkeeper Danny Vitiello, who recorded his 59th career shutout last week, a USL Championship record, 150 career appearances, with just under 40% of those games, no goals allowed. About that. We have a pair of matches coming up that will be broadcast in Spanish on 2DN. Wednesday the 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern, Lexington SC hosts Brooklyn FC. Then on Saturday the 28th, 4 p.m. Eastern start between Detroit City and Charleston Battle. That's a look at the headlines for this week. Let's get you back to your match for the second half.
Welcome back to Lexington. No score at the half. Let's take a look around USL Championship today. Plenty of action in match week 2. A cracker of a match up in Leesburg. 3-2, the defending champs take down Latta United. Blue City, we talked about earlier, Jamie, a 4-1 win over Miami FC. Rhode Island and Sporting Jacks played to a 1-1 draw. Jacks was down a man late. How about Switchbacks? High-scoring affair against Las Vegas Lights, 3-2. Just underway in the first minute, Tulsa and San Antonio. Good matchup in the Western Conference. Detroit City also victorious today with a clean sheet. Coming up later tonight, El Paso and Monterey Bay, a trio of 10 o'clock starts. Phoenix Rising, Orange County, along with Oakland Roots and New Mexico United, round out the slate tonight. Back with more from Lexington in just a moment. A beautiful sunset in the Bluegrass State. Sacramento, Lexington, 0-0 at the half.
Lexington, start your engines. It's match day. Genesis of Lexington is proud to partner with Lexington Sporting Club, delivering craftsmanship, performance, and premium experience on and off the field. From kickoff to final whistle, we're investing back in the community that fuels this club. Ready to make your next move? Step into class and experience luxury evolve at genesisoflexington.com. Genesis of Lexington. Drive the difference.
This is where worry turns into relief. Where confusion turns into answers. This is where your family can turn to the experts for the big things and the little things. Extraordinary care is right here. UK Healthcare, the power of advanced medicine.
Lexington Sporting Club isn't just a team, it's your club. That's why you need the LSC credit and debit cards only from Commonwealth Credit Union. With your LSC card, you get exclusive discounts on tickets, merch, and get to celebrate your club with every swipe or tap. Show your Lexington Sporting Club pride and gear up with the ultimate fan accessory only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
This isn't just a soccer match. It's a movement that brings the city together, brings it to its feet. The noise,
Wind up effort. Oh my goodness!
the energy.
It is Firmino.
90 minutes where nothing else matters.
How about a debut goal for Lexington?
It's the year of the horse. Our year.
Eps inside. Benson.
Be there when it happens.
Welcome back to Lexington. Josh Appel, Jamie Watson with you as we take a look at our first half highlights. Not much to speak of. Lexington with a couple of chances, including this one early on.
Lexington, they looked a bit dangerous in wide areas when they were able to get into advanced positions, but Mark-Anthony Kaye there to stifle this one at the last moment. This has been a match in which very little has happened in the final third for either side, so when they get the opportunity, both teams need to have maximum concentration to take care of the opportunities. This one from Lexington was an opportunity in which you thought something could have happened more from it, but a little bit disjointed on the final pass, and then Malloy gets his left foot boot through it, but that's never going to test the all-time shutout leader, or excuse me, wins leader in USL Championship, Danny Vitiello, from that distance.
All right, ready for the second half. A very uneventful first half. Just one combined shot on target. Sacramento didn't attempt a shot on goal in the first half, but as we talked about in the first half, Jamie, Sacramento's season opener against FC Tulsa went very similar in the first half. 0-0 at the break, and then after the 1 hour mark, that's when Sacramento scored a pair. And we'll see if, or what, adjustments both sides made at the break. Anything specific that you picked up on, Jamie? So we're underway in the second half.
It feels as though this is a midfield battle that we knew coming into it was going to be really important for Sacramento with the trio that they have with Crisostomo and Mark-Anthony Kaye, Memo Rodriguez. And they've done a really good job of one of the keys, which was to dominate that midfield. And for Lexington, I said at the beginning of the match, we need to see more Malloy magic. That's easy for me to say. I haven't seen enough of that in the first half, so the more Aaron Malloy can get on the ball, the better that is for the hosts.
Good alliteration by you. Amazing alliteration.
Until you try to say it, and then it just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah, I'm apoplectic. That didn't work out for you. Lexington trying to bounce back from a week 1 loss here at home to Lou City. Long ball over the top for Spalding. Picked up by Arturo Rodriguez, and he tripped on the ball. That's been the kind of night it's been. Spalding's been hearing a chorus of boos all night from the fans here in Lexington. Mark-Anthony Kaye. Rodriguez for Memo Rodriguez. Ooh, that was a good goal, but not sure if he was trying to cross that or if he was going for goal. Either way, at a great pace and just went wide.
We also need to be fair to the viewer that when you take a shot and it goes out for a throw-in, we do have to say it's never the intention of the player.
I was trying to give him benefit
we'll
of the
for sure
doubt.
hear about that from his teammates in the locker room.
Arturo Rodriguez for Mark Anthony Kay. He left it off and only white shirts there, and Lexington are away with it. Epps gets it started. Malloy. Adetekun active in the first half. Adetekun. Spalding got in the way. I mean, come on. Ajago trying to get one over on his former team. He took about 15 extra yards there to start that throw-in.
I was hoping that close-up we were going to see him smiling like, guys, I wasn't actually going to throw that. I think he meant to do that.
Look where Spalding's throwing it in from.
It's on the other side of midfield.
And Ajago was in front of Neil Collins in the coach's box.
I mean, respect the hustle, but it was never going to happen. It's never going to work.
You might get a little leeway from the referees, but not that much. Whoa. Hey, Lexington fans, visit lexsporting.com to shop at Lexington SC Team Store, your one-stop destination for all the latest LSC gear and official merchandise. Purchase kits, scarves, hats, and more to show off your club pride. That's lexsporting.com. Josh Appel, Jamie Watson with you from Lexington. Semle, who has not been tested at all tonight, has it at his feet. Ferry pressured. He's got to be careful. Tossed off of Adetekun, and a throw-in coming for Spalding in Sacramento. Okay, by the way, the good news from that Memo Rodriguez shot attempt, that is the first official shot attempt of the night, officially, for Sacramento.
We're scratching the bottom of the barrel now.
Spalding along the end line. Good positioning from Lexington.
Good step from Kleeman.
Arturo Rodriguez. That's excellent work. And now Adetekun in transition. Here comes Lexington. Tried to fit it into Goodrum.
Adetekun is dedicated to playing it with the outside of his right to avoid passing it with his left foot on those wide areas. He will prefer to play with the outside of the right over the left. So if I'm a defender, I've seen him do it 4 or 5 times now. I'd absolutely force him to left every time. Here we go from distance.
A little bit off target. Wouldn't that have been something?
Could you imagine this game going from the first shot being out for a throw-in to the next shot for Sacramento being from midfield?
Trying to make our colleague Ricky Lopez-Espin proud.
Always.
There's Masaki Hemi. Malongo. Handled well again by Lexington. Malloy. Goodrum. Now Firmino. Ahead for Adetikun. Battling hard with Spalding. Play on. Hafferty. From distance. Into the seats. Lexington SC fans, the USL Championship team will be back in action at Lexington SC Stadium on Wednesday. That's March 19th at 7 p.m. against Flower City Union in the US Open Cup. Be sure to purchase your tickets now at lexsporting.com/tickets. The US Open Cup is back, Jamie Watson.
Very excited about it. Starts again this Tuesday, the first round. Anything can happen on any night in the US Open Cup. That's the beauty of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. We're looking forward to it.
Cup sets are bound to happen, especially in these early rounds. Adetikun. Jago takes it away. Malongo, former Monterey Bay. Mark Anthony Kay. Freddie Kleeman scored his first goal with Sacramento last week. Was the opening goal in the 68th minute.
I'm interested to see the coaches and their substitution pattern in the second half to try to bring some liveliness to this game and to try to be able to do something to spark some more creativity in the final third. A match that's really lacked in any true quality in the final third. Substitutions are the one thing the coach can impact, and I imagine we might see some of those sooner rather than later, right around the hour mark.
Lexington's on a bit of a drought. Remember, their goal from Aaron Malloy came in the 17th minute against Lou City last week. They were held scoreless after that and through the first 54.5 minutes tonight. Granted, you're going up against two of the best defensive teams in USL Championship, but not sure that's quite what Lexington had envisioned when they put this team together this past offseason. Malongo shielded off by Jacob Green nicely. Malloy and Mark Anthony Kay going at it. Matt Thompson trying to make sure cooler heads prevail.
Just a little something off the ball between the two, and Mark Anthony Kay was not pleased about it. Anthony Kay tried to...
It's like something I did?
Tried to go quick off the restart, and Malloy prevented that from happening. And Mark Anthony Kay doesn't love the explanation they just got from our referee, Matt Thompson.
Maybe this game could use a little bit of chippiness. Firmino. Firmino created 4 chances last week against Lou City. That was second most of anybody in USL Championship in week 1. Green. Hafferty. Malloy, great ball. Firmino gets to it. Adetekun. Hafferty again. Malloy. Adetekun against Spalding. Adetekun wide. And earns the corner for Lexington. Or not. Matt Thompson says that's a goal kick.
These two have been going at it all night long. Adetekun and Spalding. They hit Spalding's right leg as it was on the ground and carried over the end line. That's a missed call, and one that shouldn't be missed at this level.
It's been a bizarre night.
On a match when there's not really anything separating the two teams, set pieces sometimes are the ones that can separate the two. Lexington will be displeased to not get that call go their way and have the opportunity.
Firmino from Hafferty. Excuse me. That was Ordonez. First season with Lexington. Adetekun gets to the spot. Spalding watching him. Adetekun to his right. He goes down.
Not a
Nothing
penalty.
there. Yeah.
Not a penalty.
Sacramento the other way. Ajago making a run through the middle. Malongo slows it down and resets. And all of that just kind of fizzled out for Sacramento Republic. Nasty play from behind. Memo Rodriguez on Malloy. Surprised there's no card there?
I mean, this is inexcusable if it's not a booking. Yeah, that's late, that's purposeful. The intent is not going for the ball, it's long gone.
No booking.
No, I mean, that's just absolutely the wrong decision.
Firmino, great ball forward, but Vitiello comes off his line to meet it.
What are we doing if that's not a booking?
It only lends itself to things potentially getting out of control later.
That's exactly what's going to happen, because if I'm Aaron Malloy, now I'm looking to leave one in on Memo Rodriguez. And when that happens, I'm going to say I basically get a free pass. You gave him one, I get one. I've commentated a lot of games with Matt Thompson. He is a very capable referee, but that's an inexcusable mistake from the referee. And this match now, you have free license if you're Aaron Malloy, I think, to leave one in on somebody else and say.
Firmino again, trying to create, but he lost it. Kay took it away from him. I'm actually kind of surprised there wasn't more of a protest on Malloy's part or anybody from Lexington to, you know, we've seen others get a little more animated towards Matt Thompson tonight for things less egregious than that.
Malloy couldn't do anything. He was on the ground holding his ankle after he just got raked
An
down the side of it, but
Firmino chases it down. Firmino lays it forward for Adedokun. Spalding got there first, and Adedokun right through the back of Spalding for a foul. And now substitutions coming for Lexington. Jonathan Lewis will come on for Firmino. And Javen Brown will come on for Hafferty. Javane Brown. Brown working his way back from injury. Good to see him get some action here in the final half hour.
Good opportunity to get a look at Jonathan Lewis, the new man, former Major League Soccer on U.S. men's national team winger. That's a player that has a lot of speed, can play through the middle as well. Looks like he's gone immediately up top to partner with Philip Goodrum.
He just missed Neil Collins at Barnsley.
That's right. Almost crossed over, not quite to be, but Jonathan Lewis is at a point where he needs to make sure that he can quickly assert himself, get that confidence of hitting the back of the net again. He's had sporadic spells in his career where he scored goals and found himself climbing to the top of the U.S. soccer system, playing for the U.S. men's national team, but now he's in a spell where he needs to just find consistency at the club form first and foremost, and this is a good place to do it, and good ambition from Lexington to go and find a way to recruit him, and that's a big coup to get him to sign.
Brown getting involved right away. Whistled for the foul. Brown came on for Hafferty, Lewis for Firmino. Still just one combined shot on target between the two sides. Came in the first half. Now we're nearly 20 minutes into the second. Malongo harassed on that sideline by Green. And Green will be shown a yellow. Not to say that's not deserved, but to your point earlier, Jamie.
So there's the pull, and yeah, if you give Benitez one earlier for one, that's fine. And if you look at it in that same consistency of the foul or the yellow that was given to Benitez earlier, this is miles worse than that.
Yep.
So I'm okay with separating the Malloy non-yellow card or for the foul on Malloy for Memo Rodriguez. But this one is worse and more egregious than what Benitez was in the 34th minute when he got a yellow card. So fair enough in this instance.
Long free kick. Into the mixer and over everybody. Arturo Rodriguez, one of the newcomers to Sacramento. Malongo chases this down. Green on top of him. Memo. Spalding comes through Adedokun for that header and gets called for the foul. He's saying that Adedokun undercut him a bit. Lexington Sporting Club is thrilled to offer Lil Kickers, a nationally acclaimed youth soccer program built for children ages 18 months to 9 years. Sessions are now live. Sign up at lexsporting.com/youth.
67th minute. Number 17, Dominic Bonner replaces number 7, Mael Malongo. And number 24, Pep Casas replaces number 10, Arturo Rodriguez.
Two subs for Neil Collins, his first changes of the night. Dominic Vonner comes on for Malongo. And Pep Casas, the newcomer out of MLS Next Pro, replaces Arturo Rodriguez. I asked Huntsville City head coach Chris O'Neill, Pep's head coach in MLS Next Pro, about Pep making the jump, and he was incredibly happy for him and excited to see what Pep could do at this level. As Achago tries from distance, and that one lands into the fourth row. A souvenir for Forster Achago's old supporters.
Supporters will be wanting something more from the home side. There has been not much in the second half by way of excitement for Lexington in the final third. This is a side that spent a lot of money in the offseason to bring in excitement in the final third, and we have just not seen it in the second half. 0.01 XG for Lexington in the second half. Sacramento 5 times better in the XG.
When you put it that way.
0.05.
Well, it was 0.0 in the first half. So in that context,
it's still not going well. That's the context.
Again, is it something that each team is doing defensively to take things away? Or is this just a disconnect in the buildup for both sides? Both?
Both can be true, I believe, in this situation. It has been a very stout defensive match with neither team making glaring mistakes. So both managers will be well pleased that they have not conceded or gifted opportunities to the other, but neither side has also done anything creative in the final third to try to unbalance their opponent. And quite frankly, this has just been a game that has been played between the two 18s, and that's about it. Just needs one player, though, to be able to break the game open and change everything.
Vonner feeds Forster Achago, and that try goes wide. Maybe something starting to click for Sacramento. The substitutes come on. Casas got that started, and then Vonner fed Achago for the chance.
This is what happens when some players will take some risk and have some license to roam and go forward. Okay, that's better in the sense that it had Lexington scrambling in a sense. They were not on the back foot, but they were also waiting to see what Vonner was going to do, and the wider Achago went, the better that was in that sequence.
Achago went down, still down, no whistle, and Lexington plays on.
Fans, official attendance for tonight's Lexington Sporting Club match is 5,585. Thank you for your incredible support, and let's go!
72nd minute. Still looking for the game's first breakthrough. I doubt Neil Collins is wired this way, but at what point does he kind of see the writing on the wall and say, all right, if we get out of here with a point, we take that?
I think we might be close to that point. It's the pressure's on the home team to go and chase the full 3 points. There's the old adage, win at home, tie on the road. That averages out to 2 points, and that wins you just about any league in the world. So for Sacramento, a point is always a good result on the road, and especially with a team like Lexington, who on paper should be one of the stronger teams in the Western Conference. But Lexington right now has shown any real lack of endeavor in the final third. And Sacramento at this point should be expecting to keep a clean sheet for the rest of this match.
Sacramento last season got off to a bit of an inconsistent start. They had just one win in their first 6 league matches. They went 4-4-5 from March through June. And when the calendar turned to July, a flip switched for them. 9 wins, 4 losses, 4 draws. Made it to the USL Cup final, but bowed out of the playoffs in the first round, upset by Orange County and PKs. And they tore everything down, not everything, but retooled a ton on this team. Kept the back line of Vitiello, added some scoring punch, some attacking power. Hoping to see it all come together this season under Neil Collins. Vonner, cross. Spalding. Still hearing it from the crowd here in Lexington. Plays one towards goal. Nobody home. Goal kick. Crisostomo, former Tampa Bay Rowdy. Didn't play for Neil Collins there, though. Memo Rodriguez, wide for Spalding, never got to him. Jermaine Brown closed in quickly.
Well done for Brown, good cover.
And here comes the super sub for Sacramento, Kyle Edwards. He replaces Forster Ajago in his return to Lexington. Ajago hearing it from the fans here. Neil Collins with a pat on the back for his striker, and now Edwards, who scored off the bench last week in his Sacramento debut. 8 goals as a sub last year. That's a league record. His 14 in 57 substitution appearances, 6th most in league history. Simile grabs that.
Just not the night that Ajago would have hoped for in his return to Lexington. Not for a lack of effort, just no real quality in the final third from the service standpoint, so Ajago never really able to dominate this match. So Edwards gets 15 minutes to try to come in and do what he does best. Just a lot of energy, being really smart with his movement, and then having the ability with his pace to be able to exploit defenders who have been on the pitch for an extended period of time. That's what Edwards will look to do, try to play off the back shoulder of the defenders Ordonez.
Less than 15 minutes to play before we get into stoppage time. Zero shots on target for either side in the second half. Rodriguez through Adenakun. Is this the moment? Vonner, edge of the 18. Tried to feed Edwards in front, cleared away by Ordonez, and he's fired up.
That's just too tight of a window to try to slip that ball through. Vonner gets 1v1. You got to have the confidence to go at the defender and try to run, get him on the back foot in the box, a little feint to create some space and get a shot off.
Spalding preparing for the long throw. Spalding launches. Comes down, cleared away. Epps got rid of it. Crisostomo. Pep Casas. Hometown fans, why go far when the best stay is right here at home? Embassy Suites Lexington Green is your go-to spot for a weekend staycation. Epps headed away by Sacramento. Speaking of that weekend staycation, it could also be great for a night out, hosting meetings and events or out-of-town friends. Local, loyal, and always game day ready. Embassy Suites Lexington Green. Rodriguez from distance was well wide, and a goal kick coming.
It's better than the shot from Rodriguez earlier that went out for a throw-in.
Yeah, a little bit closer.
We're getting there.
Bit closer to target.
He's got the capability, the former Houston Dynamo man. From distance, no pressure. Player of his quality would expect better from himself, though.
Casas around Malloy. Rodriguez towards goal. Semle rises to grab it.
That's what Edwards can bring, just that option to be able to threaten at the back post, and got to be constantly aware and hyper aware of Kyle Edwards at all times.
Lewis. Nothing happening for either side.
It's been particularly disappointing second half wise for Lexington going forward. This is a group that should be much better. They just look very disjointed. Haven't said Goodrum's name enough. Jonathan Lewis comes on, and obviously it's his first time out, so there's to be expected some growing pains, but Antetokounmpo has not been able to combine with teammates. It's just been a half in which Lexington needed more and just haven't gotten it from any individual collectively. Also very important these final 10 minutes that both teams defensively stay switched on, because as poor as both teams have been, one mistake right now gets punished and you walk away going, how in the world did we drop points in this match? That'll be the message from the center backs to the players in front of them to stay alert defensively.
Spalding for Casas. Vonner. Casas tried to find Memo Rodriguez. Antetokounmpo was able to get the clearance. Goodrum went down. Crisostomo plays through Malloy. Crisostomo! Semle denies him. Keeps this game scoreless. Best chance of the night.
Good job from Sacramento, competing and fighting for these balls. Crisostomo gets the better of Aaron Malloy. He opens up the hips. He's just trying to pick out the top corner, and Semle is all over it at full extension. That's a tremendous save. Just like that, you get a glimpse of a match that lulls you into a sleep. And one play can open everything up for both sides.
So a corner coming. Delivered in by Benitez. Cleared away. Crisostomo chases it down. Benitez fires in towards goal. Edwards went down. It skips on 2 hops to Semle.
Sacramento finally coming to life in the final third. Quick ball distribution. That is an enticing ball, but so smart from Ordonez to find Edwards and to just get in front of him to be able to just shield him off enough for Semle to come and collect.
Remember that Semle save on Crisostomo a few moments ago. Right now, the biggest stop and the biggest play for either side. Deflects off of Ferry, and Crisostomo receives it. Rodriguez. Wide for Spalding. Another substitution getting ready to come on for Lexington. Alfredo Midense will enter for Michael Adetakun, who shakes his head as he comes off. Midense, 3 goals, 10 assists between his time with Lexington and Charlotte last year. 2024 USL League One Player of the Year. Can he make an impact in the final moments? Spalding into the corner. Trying to split 2. Brown and Lewis said no. Malloy gave it away. Kay, back post on a hop. Semle grabs it. Kind of starting to feel the sense of urgency pick up as Goodrum lays it wide for Epps. Lexington trying to build forward, and Epps just needs to do a better job on that ball.
It's poor by his standards. That's a bad giveaway to not even put the ball into the path of his teammate. Semle with a good distribution to start the whole attack, but it just fizzles out when it gets to the final third with this Lexington side. Seems anemic in the final third.
Spell that one.
A-K-N-E-E.
Midense lays it forward for Lewis. Kay shields him off. Lewis plays it in front of goal. Lewis and the fans wanted a whistle. They don't get it. It's a throw-in, though, for Lexington.
This is the speed in which Jonathan Lewis can give you. He gets beyond Mark Anthony Kay, who's been on the pitch the entirety of this match, and the substitute Lewis gets the angle. Just needs a midfield late arriving run to get there. It's just reactionary from Lexington.
Javane Brown. Midense battling with Spalding. Fires into the area. Goodrum couldn't put it towards goal. And cleared away. Hey, Jamie, you like local beer?
I love it. You got one for me?
West 6 Brewing is a proud partner of Lexington Sporting Club. Enjoy a Stadium Ale, the official craft beer of Lexington SC, at all home games or at your favorite retailers around Lexington.
I'm sure the first comment both managers will say to their teams they get into the locker room after this match is, why did it take 80 minutes for this match to come to life?
Yeah.
Match the enthusiasm for the final 10 minutes throughout the course of it.
Ferry curls one in, the header off of Goodrum. And he is frustrated.
For the first time tonight, Goodrum is able to drop back in, and he's the one that plays that wide and continues his run forward. It's always going to be difficult to get it up and over the big frame of Kleeman and drop down onto the head of Goodrum, but it's not for the lack of effort from Philip Goodrum to throw himself to try to guide it towards the far post. That's the quick, sharp movement, though, you want from your number 9. Just taking too long to get that sort of action.
Sacramento on the move late. Ferry stepped in front of it. On the ball from Casas. And then Malloy clears. Goodrum. Good tackle. And a whistle comes. Lee Desmond can't believe it. Thought that looked pretty clean. Substitution for Sacramento. Chibi Okebu enters for Ryan Spalding for the final minutes. Lexington's 6 straight winless matches dating back to the end of September of last season. They have a late moment of magic, maybe from Malloy, perhaps.
That was one of the keys to the match.
It was.
Sacramento was dominate the midfield, and you could say that Sacramento has done a good job of at least keeping their opponents from doing that. I'm sure either team has really dominated the other, but they've canceled each other out, and for the visitors, that's a job well done. Far side is on if they can get there.
Casas finds Vonner. Vonner! Oh, what a save by Semle! Just got enough! In the 90th, Vonner had a golden chance. Great ball from Casas. Semle said no.
This is the kind of save that saves you the extra point. That is a brilliant save. Keeps Lexington in this match. The goalkeeper has now made 2 saves. Has put the team on his back when the team has needed him the most late on in this second half. That is a wonderful job of coming out and closing down the angle from Oliver Semle.
Big moment late. Corner kick opportunity for Sacramento. Sacramento trying to communicate toward their players in front of goal. Benitez readies the corner. An in-swinger on its way, front post. Not a good enough ball. Comes back down to Benitez. Rodriguez plays it in. Cleared away for the moment. Crisostomo flicks it back over the top, and it's out for a goal kick with 2 minutes of stoppage time. Oliver Semle, 2 massive stops late to keep this 0-0. Ordonez sends it all the way down, races on, takes a hop, played towards Vitiello, and he's out to get there in front of Lewis. Okebu waiting to throw in, time running out. It does seem as if Sacramento Republic is content. Maybe they have one more go. Up to the discretion of Matt Thompson, the referee. Okebu gets it in to Mark Anthony Kay. Back for Okebu. Kay again, Lewis from behind. Crisostomo intercepted and cleared. And there is the final whistle. Another clean sheet for Vitiello and Sacramento Republic. And it is a draw away from home against a quality Lexington opponent. But you have to think, Jamie, a disappointing performance from the home side at the very least. And for Sacramento, you know they can be better.
Neither team deserved to win that match. Neither team deserved to lose that match. Fitting result for a matchup that really lacked any true quality in the final third. Either side, some glimpses, some flashes, but overall, two teams that just canceled each other out. And a matchup in which Sacramento will add another clean sheet, 2 in a row to start the season. Now 60 total for Danny Vitiello to extend his lead at the top of the USL Championship mountain. And they continue on with the Open Cup midweek.
0-0 is our final. Jamie Watson and I will be back in just a moment to wrap things up for you from Lexington.
This is where worry turns into relief. Where confusion turns into answers. This is where your family can turn to the experts for the big things and the little things. Extraordinary care is right here. UK Healthcare, the power of advanced medicine.
Lexington, start your engines. It's match day. Genesis of Lexington is proud to partner with Lexington Sporting Club, delivering craftsmanship, performance, and premium experience on and off the field. From kickoff to final whistle, we're investing back in the community that fuels this club. Ready to make your next move? Step into class and experience luxury evolve at genesisoflexington.com. Genesis of Lexington. Drive the difference.
Lexington Sporting Club isn't just a team, it's your club. That's why you need the LSC credit and debit cards only from Commonwealth Credit Union. With your LSC card, you get exclusive discounts on tickets, merch, and get to celebrate your club with every swipe or tap. Show your Lexington Sporting Club pride and gear up with the ultimate fan accessory only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Welcome back to Lexington. 0-0 the final between two Western Conference heavyweights. Josh Appel, former MLS midfielder Jamie Watson here to wrap things up for you from Lexington, Kentucky. As we take a look at our match highlights, there was not a ton of action on either side in this one. But early, Lexington, courtesy of Aaron Malloy, nearly got on the scoreboard first.
Malloy was always going to be the most dangerous player from the midfield to strike from distance. This time, there's a comfortable save for Vitiello. Moves his feet well to get into position. It's late on in the first half. Late on in the second half, the game started to pick up in the final 10 minutes. This was a challenge in which you expected Malloy to do better with, but Crisostomo does so well to ride the challenge, get his feet sorted, tries to pick out the top corner. This is foreshadowing for Semley, because this was the first one of the second one that he would be standing on his head to make a save of. Little up, back, and through action from Sacramento. This is the game right here. Bonner has a chance, does not take it. It's a good shot. It's a better save from Oliver Semley, who preserves the shutout, the clean sheet, and the point for the home side. Sacramento will be the happier of the two teams, given the fact they were on the road, undoubtedly.
I think if you ask Neil Collins, regardless of how this game went, if he said, all right, our first two games, FC Tulsa at home, Lexington on the road, we come away with a win and a draw, Sac Republic will take that.
Perfect perspective, 4 points from 6 with those two opponents. You absolutely take that before the season starts. You win at home, you tie on the road. Averaging 2 points after 2. Happy to do that if you're Sacramento.
If you're Misaki Heavy, what are you saying to your side after 2 matches?
It needs to be better in the final third. You've got to be more creative. There has to be more movement, better entry passes. For Lexington, the money they spend in the offseason, they expect better quality in the final third than what they've gotten in the first 2 matches.
Well, that'll do it for us here from Lexington SC Stadium. For our producer, John Solfaro, my broadcast partner, Jamie Watson, this is Josh Appel saying so long from Lexington. Once again, our final score, Lexington SC 0, Sacramento Republic 0. Hope you had a great time with us tonight. Plenty of USL action to go tonight. 3 more games on the slate. We will talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.